Hey guys, it's August, and welcome to the Game of the Year Awards for 2017. So I did one of these videos back in 2015, and I had a lot of fun with it. I got maybe about half of the games right. There were a lot that, were a bit up in the air, and others that I got completely wrong as well. But overall, I thought I did pretty well, and I wanted to do one for 2016 as well. However, I decided to wait until I heard some people talking about the game to actually do it, just because I wasn't sure when it was starting. And it turns out that nobody talked about the game at all. I didn't hear a single thing until the event was over. And after that, I looked up the list of games that they had, and I'll be honest, it was a pretty weak list, I thought. They had lots of Uncharted and Inside, which are games that I don't really care about, and a lot of other stuff that I just didn't really think was all that interesting. Overwatch winning Game of the Year was really, really obvious. I think everybody saw that coming. But yeah, the rest of the list, I just didn't really get into it myself, and so I didn't really think it was too big a loss that I missed it. But I definitely wanted to do it this year, and I'm happy to say this year's list is actually way better than last year's, so I'm pretty happy about that. I think 2017 has been a really, really good year in gaming, and they pretty much got all the good ones here. There are some that I think they should have added, which I'll go over as we go through it, but yeah, overall it's a pretty damn good list. So, we're going to have a long video today because there is a lot to talk about. So let's begin right at the top with the Game of the Year. We have Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, PlayerUnknown's Battleground, Persona 5, and Horizon Zero Dawn. What? What? Why is this even here? No, I'm not gonna vote for that. I can kind of understand it, and I'll get into that a little bit later, but let's talk about the good games, okay? So, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Ever since this game came out at the start of the year, I had a feeling in my gut this was going to win Game of the Year. It is a game that had such high expectations and pretty much surpassed all of them. It's an open world game, which is something Zelda has never done before, and even Nintendo's never done, and it turned out to be really, really phenomenal. Just an amazing world full of really cool challenges, so much to do. It's a launch title for the Switch, we give you some credit there as well. And overall, it's just a phenomenal game. And yeah, I was pretty confident that The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was going to win Game of the Year, even back when it first came out. Then we had another little game come out called Super Mario Odyssey. Now, I've never played this, but from what I've heard, people like it just as much as Breath of the Wild. And it's good in different ways, but just as good. Which makes this choice really difficult because I'm pretty sure one of these two is going to win and I'm not sure which one. Yeah, it's something alright. As for Persona 5, I'm really happy to see this actually, because I really didn't see this coming.
Woo, looking cool, Augie.
And Persona 5 is definitely my personal game of the year. I had a fucking phenomenal time playing it. But yeah, I don't think it's going to beat these two up here. These two just have more universal appeal, I think. Persona 5 is definitely getting to the mainstream, especially compared to the old Persona games, but I still think it's going to be one of these two, even though I personally prefer Persona 5 over these ones anyway. Horizon Zero Dawn, I've never played this, but from what I've seen and heard, it has a really, really good following among people. Let's look it up. Yeah, 89 out of a bunch of reviews. Even the player reviews are really good. So yeah, overall it seems like a really good game. I don't know too much about it besides what I've seen in videos and what I've heard. And I never really hear people talk about it nowadays, but from what, we can see here, it seems like it's a very good game. I don't think it's going to win once again. I think it's in one of these two here, but still, it probably deserves to be in this category as well. I can't really say that for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, because what the hell is this even doing here? I can kind of understand it, right? This game has definitely been a cultural phenomenon, and even let's look it up. Player, not Penumbra. Yeah, this game has been a cultural phenomenon, and as you can see by the reviews, so many people have bought it. It's been insane. The popularity from Twitch and just the internet in general has been absurd. So I can understand why it's here based on that. However, it's still a game that's in early access, it's really buggy, it has a lot of problems, and as you can see, the fan base has given it mixed reviews. So I don't really think it deserves to be here. It kind of feels like they went, well, Overwatch was really popular. Let's think of another game that's in a similar category. We could also put in Game of the Year, and that's why they chose this one. So yeah, like I said, I can kind of understand it, but I don't think it deserves to be in this category. Anyway, Breath of the Wild or Super Mario Odyssey, I would probably give it to Breath of the Wild just because, like, although Mario Odyssey is really, really good, Breath of the Wild is completely different to other Zelda games and also really, really good. So I think it deserves some kudos for that as well. And it's also the launch title for the Switch, so I'm pretty sure Breath of the Wild is going to get that. Next, we have Best Game Direction, awarded to a game studio for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game design and direction. We have Wolfenstein 2, Resident Evil 7, Biohazard, Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, and Horizon Zero Dawn. So I'll start with talking about Wolfenstein 2 because this is a pretty odd pick, I think. From what I've heard from fans anyway, Wolfenstein 2 is a shorter and inferior game to Wolfenstein 1, which is pretty damn good. And like even looking at reviews before, like you saw that I had the tab open because I was checking it out, like the reviews from fans are pretty mixed. Like reviews from critics are high as, which, you know, it's a Bethesda game in the Wolfenstein series, so I'm not surprised that critics love it. But yeah, like I don't really know if it deserves to be here. I guess the world building's really cool, but like, is this category really about world building? It's like innovation in game design and direction. If it's like Wolfenstein 1 but inferior, then should it really be here? Like these two, for example, I think should totally be here. Resident Evil 7 is completely different from the rest of Resident Evil series. It's more like PT and shit, and it's really, really cool. And Breath of the Wild is an open world game, which is something Nintendo has never done before, so I can totally understand those two. Wolfenstein 2, not so much. Horizon Zero Dawn and Mario Odyssey, once again, I haven't played either of these, so it's really difficult for me to actually comment on. But I'm pretty sure Breath of the Wild is going to win this category too. Maybe Resident Evil 7, just because they kind of went, oh, well PT's not happening anymore, let's take this idea and make a full game out of it that's really awesome. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be Breath of the Wild. Next we have Best Narrative. We have What Remains of Edith Finch, Nier Automata, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, Wolfenstein 2, and Horizon Zero Dawn. On this topic, actually, I'm kind of surprised that Nier isn't not here. Like, I think they did have a really cool game direction that's very unique and different, so I'm kind of surprised it's not there, but whatever, I guess. I find there are choices in some of these categories kind of weird. This year's pretty spot on, but there are some little weird things like that. So, Best Narrative. This is going to be a pretty difficult category for me to talk about because I've only played 2 of these games, which are these ones here. And something like a Best Narrative is something you really have to experience yourself. So What Remains of Edith Finch is a really great indie game. It's got a lot of different characters you play as, and each of them have their own little sections that play out completely differently from the rest of the game. And they're all really, really good and well done. And yeah, the story is really interesting, the characters are really interesting, the world building is really great, and I think it totally deserves to be here. Nier Automata is also a fantastic game. I don't think the story is as good as the first Niers, but it's still good in its own way, and the world building and the characters are really interesting too. Nier Automata is definitely a pretty good game, I think it deserves to be here as well. Same for Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. I haven't played this myself, but I know it's a very like psychological and mental sort of game in that way, and from what I've heard, it's really, really good too. And Wolfenstein 2, once again, kind of a weird choice, I think. Maybe the narrative's good, but like I said, if it's an inferior game to the first one, then I'm not too sure about that. And Horizon Zero Dawn, once again, never played. Have no idea what the narrative's like, so yeah, it's kind of out of my league here. But I'm pretty sure it's going to go to one of these 3 for sure. And I was going to say I'm pretty sure it's going to be What Remains of Edith Finch, but I'm not too sure about that anymore, just because that is kind of like a small indie game on Steam. So I'm not sure how many people would have actually played it. They might give it to one of the other 2 just because they're a lot more like mainstream, I guess. So yeah, I'm probably going to give this to Hellblade, but I could also see one of these other 2 winning it. Next we have Best Art Direction. It's going to be Cuphead. Let's move on. I mean, yeah, let's talk about this, but it's going to be Cuphead. Come on, everyone. That game absolutely just did the 30s art style fantastically. Destiny 2, Breath of the Wild, Persona 5, Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm actually kind of surprised Breath of the Wild's here, because the art direction's cool and all, but it's not too much different from the previous game, so a little bit odd. I guess it does have some beautiful like terrain and, you know, worlds and stuff, but for specifically art direction, I think of stuff like Cuphead and P5. Like, yeah, I think it's going to be Cuphead for sure, but P5 might get it, like a 5% chance, but come on, it's going to be Cuphead. Best score / music. So we have Destiny 2, Cuphead, Nier, Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, and Persona 5. For once, I'm actually going to say I don't think Breath of the Wild should be here. It is very atmospheric music that suits the game, but there's another category under this called Best Audio Design. I kind of feel like Breath of the Wild should be there. Because like as you explore the world, you have this really atmospheric music that plays and all these different cool sound effects, so I think it should only be there, because it is there, of course. I don't think it should be up here, but that's kind of my own personal opinion. And a game that's actually missing from this category, which should fucking be here, is Yakuza 0. Like, come on, that game has amazing music. What are you doing, guys? I don't understand that at all. Anyway, never played. Yeah, who's gonna win this actually? Because Nier, Persona 5 have both fantastic music. Like, yeah, their soundtracks are both fucking phenomenal. Cuphead, I feel like the music in Cuphead is really suited to the style it's going for, but it's not really that catchy. Like, I honestly can't think of any Cuphead songs off the top of my head, so I'm not really sure how, like, so I'm not really sure if it's going to win this category, because like I said, it's not really catchy or memorable to me anyway. Destiny 2, I've heard it's a pretty good soundtrack. I never listened to it myself. Breath of the Wild, like I said, I don't think it should be here. And Mario Odyssey probably has a good soundtrack as well. I mean, I think we all know, like, Get Up Superstar or whatever it is, but the rest of the music I've heard sounds pretty good too. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be P5 or Nier. Probably P5, but like I said, I could see Nier winning it too. Then Best Audio Design. Oh god, this is going to be a difficult category. Oh yeah, Destiny 2, Hellblade, RE7, Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey. Because this is Best In-Game Audio and Sound Design, I'm going to give this to RE7 just because it is a horror game, and horror games are all about sound design. And yeah, I think Resident Evil 7 did a really good job with that, so I'm going to give it to that one there. Best Performance! Oh god, are you guys ready for a category that I have no experience with at all? Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, as Senua. Uncharted, Wolfenstein 2, Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know any of these people or what their performances are like. I guess, let's give it to the Senua lady, but yeah, I don't know at all. Games for Impact, for a thought-provoking game with profound pro-social meaning or message. So this category is always a little bit interesting to talk about, just because it's difficult to say exactly how they're going to categorize this. Like, is it the game that has the best social message, or the message that applies to our current day and age, or the best game that includes a social message somewhere? Like, there are a lot of different interpretations for this, and they have a lot of really good games here too. I will start off by saying, I don't think Life is Strange should be here. This game isn't even fully out yet, right? Let's have a look. If I remember right, I'm pretty sure, like, aren't the first 2 episodes out? Life is Strange, come on. Wow, Steam does not want me to look at it. Don't look at it! Like, yeah, that's chapter 2, right? Yeah, episode 2. I'm pretty sure this game's meant to have 3 chapters and only 2 are out so far. Like, is it entirely possible that the 3rd chapter is just going to completely shit itself? Like, probably not, but kind of going back to the PlayerUnknown's thing, I don't see why they should have an incomplete game on this list. Like, sure, the message is probably good, but just put it on the 2018 list. Like, put it on there when the game's fully released. Like, yeah, I don't really get it. Anyway, it's probably going to be Life is Strange, let's be honest. The guys who run these awards seem to sploosh all over the series, so it's probably going to be that. But as for the other ones, What Remains of Edith Finch has a really cool sort of like message and story going on there. Night in the Woods is really good too. I think Night in the Woods, the message kind of gets weakened a bit because a lot of it kind of gets put into like a cult shit. But it's still a really fucking phenomenal game, and I had a lot of fun with that. Hellblade also has a really good story and like a lot of social messages there from what I've heard. And as for the other two, I haven't even heard of these before. Please Knock on My Door and Bury Me My Love. Let's have a look at these. Please Knock on My Door. So how is this? Oh, it's actually a very, very unknown game. Every emotion you'd rather look away and forget. Okay, well if it's on this list, it's probably pretty good. Although, like I said, I don't know too much about that at all. Bury Me My Love. My boyfriend, he loves me not. Okay, well this seems like it might have a pretty profound social message too. I'm guessing this game isn't on Steam. Bury Me. Nup nup. Let's look it up here then, because that is why I had this tab open. Bury Me My Love. Wow, I can't find it at all. Okay, well whatever then, we'll just ignore that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna give this a Life is Strange just because they seem to fucking love Life is Strange, but I could see Senua winning it too. I think both of them have a pretty good chance. Best ongoing game: Warframe, Rainbow Six Siege, Overwatch, Grand Theft Auto Online, Destiny 2, and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Oh man, who's gonna win this one? Because I could see a lot of these guys winning it. GTA Online, I know has a lot of issues, the critics seem to love it. Destiny 2, like once again, is a pretty new game, and it's difficult for me to know exactly how much they actually add content because I've never played it before, but if it's here, it probably deserves to be here. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds has been going strong since March. Overwatch is doing Overwatch. Rainbow Six Siege, don't actually know anything about, so can't comment on that. And Warframe's actually a game that's been around for a couple of years, and they've always had like a really strong player base and like constant updates and a lot of really nice shit there, so yeah, I would actually be really happy if Warframe won this. It's probably going to be PlayerUnknown's Battleground, let's be honest, but I would be happy if Warframe won it. And yeah, like any of these I think could really have a chance of winning this award, but I would probably give it to this. Ugh. Best mobile game: Fire Emblem Heroes Super Mario 1, Old Man's Journey, Momentum Valley 2, and Hidden Folks. Here is a category that I know very, very little about. I'm going to give it to FE Heroes. I know FE's Heroes has been going strong for a while now, and I think it probably deserves to win it, but I don't know any of these other games besides Super Mario Run, so. Best handheld game, we have Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World, Monster Hunter Stories, Metroid Samus Returns, Ever Oasis, and Fire Emblem Echoes Shadowwood Valentia. I'm going to say this now, it's not technically just a handheld game, but I really wish Danganronpa was here. Like, I'm going to spoil this now, it's not on any of these categories, and I'm really sad about that. I had so much fun playing that game. Like, the couple of weeks I played it, I pretty much just came home from work and just jumped right into it and had a blast, so yeah, I kind of wish it was here, but anyway. Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World. I've heard this game is pretty good. Let's have a look. 3DS. Actually, this is on 2 consoles. Where's Danganronpa, you assholes? Yeah, 77, pretty good reviews. Monster Hunter Stories, I think, is good as well. Although Monster Hunter is a series that I have very little interest in. Although I know a lot of people out there love it. Let's have a look. Yeah, about the same. Metro Returns I heard was actually really good. Although, like, I have very little interest in playing it just because I played the fan mod that I thought was a fantastic game. Ever Oasis, I know very little about too. Let's have a look at this one. I think it's about the same score if I remember right. I should try it out though. It was a game that I was fairly interested in before it came out. The team behind Majora's Mask 3D. Wow, interesting. Although I guess that would just be the team that probably ported it over, so I don't know if that's really a thing to be celebrating, but whatever. And Fire Emblem Echoes! Hooray! A game I've actually played. Yeah, I finished this, and it was a really fun game. Very, very different from the other Fire Emblem games. I guess a good way to think of it is like the Zelda 2 of Fire Emblem, but it's a really good game. A lot of great characters. I will say that the map design in the game is very simple because it's usually just a big open area. And there are a lot of things you can use to really break the game really hard. But besides that, it is a pretty fun game. And I have no idea who's going to win this. It's probably going to be Monster Hunter. but I could see Metroid and Fire Emblem winning it too, but I would give this to Monster Hunter. Best VR/AR game. Oh god, another category I have no idea about. I'm gonna give it to RE7. Just because that is a horror game, I think it would work really well with VR, but I don't know much about VR stuff myself. Alright, best action game. Prey! I actually completely forgot Prey came out this year. We also have Neo, Destiny 2, Cuphead, and Wolfenstein 2. Yeah, I'm kind of sad that Neo isn't anywhere else in this thing. Like, you know, best art direction, shouldn't Neo be there as well? Because I know Neo is a fantastic art going on. Prey is also a really fun game. It's very System Shock 2-y, which I love because I enjoy that game to hell and back. And, yeah, I personally want Neo to win it, just because Neo's great. But, yeah, I didn't actually really know about this. I don't think Cuphead's gonna win it. Wolfenstein 2 might, but I'm not too sure about that. And even Destiny 2 might. Like, Neo is the only game here that I feel pretty strongly is going to actually win this award. But the others have a chance, I think, as well. Best Action Adventure Game. Oh man. Look at all these games here that I've never played. Like, that's the thing about this year, right? There have been so many good games that I just haven't got around to all of them. So, one day I'll play Super Mario Odyssey. Uncharted. I don't give two shits about Uncharted, I'll be honest. Assassin's Creed. I really don't give two shits about either. But I've heard both of these games are pretty good. Breath of the Wild is great, so that's good. Super Mario Odyssey is also pretty good, I know. And Horizon Zero Dawn, yeah. We've talked about all these before. It's probably going to be Breath of the Wild. I feel like if Breath of the Wild is going to win the Game of the Year award, it's also going to win the category as well, so I think I'll give it to that one here. Best Role-Playing Game. South Park, Final Fantasy 15, Divinity Original Sin 2, Nier Automata, and Persona 5. Is Nier really a role-playing game? Wouldn't that be more like an action, open-world game? Although I suppose RPG is a pretty broad term as well. Anyway, let's get back to this. So South Park, I've heard, is pretty good. A bit weaker than the first game, but still a good game. Final Fantasy 15, I've heard, has a lot of issues, so I'm kind of surprised that's here. Divinity Original Sin 2 I know is good. Nier is good, and Persona 5 is fucking fantastic. I think Persona 5 is going to win this for sure. I think these two are kind of a weird choice for this category, just because there's bound to be better RPGs out there than these two, right? Like, I know Final Fantasy 15 is like a lot of issues, like I mentioned, so I'm really surprised that's even here. But I suppose it is Final Fantasy, so it's gonna get a free pass with that. Anyway, B5's gonna win that for sure. Best Fighting Game! Oh god, another category that I have no idea about. Need to see ARMS here. I doubt it's gonna win. It's probably gonna be Tekken, just because it's Tekken, but I guess Marvel vs. Capcom could win too. But I would give it to Tekken here. Alright, Best Family Game. So we have Splatoon 2, Sonic Mania, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Is this really a family game? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Super Mario Odyssey. I'm pretty sure Odyssey is going to win this one, but to be honest, most of these games here are really, really good, and they could all have a chance of it, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Mario Odyssey. Alright, Best Strategy Game. So we have XCOM 2, War of the Chosen, Tooth and Tail, Total Warhammer, Warhammer 2. That's pretty difficult to say. Halo Wars 2, and Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. So this is going to be a difficult category for me because I haven't played any of these. I'm actually a pretty big fan of strategy games, but thinking about it, I haven't played too many this year. It's mostly been RPGs and like adventure games. So yeah, it's gonna be tough for sure. I know that XCOM 2, the base game, is a pretty it's not as good as the original game, and there's a chance that this might have fixed up a lot of the issues. Let's have a look. Because yeah, like I said, I'm not really too sure at all about what XCOM 2 was like. It seems okay. It might be the case where I got here mostly just because it's XCOM, and XCOM is like a really big strategy series. Tooth and Tail, I haven't played, but I want to because it looks like a really, really fun game. A simplistic sort of strategy game, but still has a lot of depth to it, which is nice. Total War, I have no idea about this at all. Let's have a look. Oh, actually, it's already there, because don't worry. Yeah, so 86. That seems like a pretty good score. Nice user reviews too. Let's have a look at the Oh wait, is this the second one? Yeah, second one, okay. Yeah, I didn't know too much about Total War at all. Is that the medieval thing? Or is that a space thing? Let's have a look. It does look very medieval. Because yeah, I think I know of this game, but yeah, I've never played it myself. It's one of those series you just pick up, but yeah. It seems like it has pretty good reviews, so it could win this. Halo Wars 2. I didn't know anything about Halo Wars 2 at all, to be honest. Let's have a look at the reviews for this. 80. Yeah, 80 from both fans and critics. Oh yeah, this is going to be a difficult category to pick, just because, like I said, I haven't played any of these. I'm kind of relying on the judgment of other people for this. Okay, I'm going to give it to Total War here, but it could go to Mario as well, or XCOM as well. Like, Mario is a strategy game that turned out fantastically, somehow. Like, I don't think anybody expected this game to be good, but it's actually really, really good. And I feel like Tooth and Tail probably isn't going to win it. Halo Wars 2 probably isn't going to win it. And even XCOM 2 I'm kind of about, but yeah, I think this is one of these two and probably going to be Total War. So yeah. Best sports / racing game. Let's just skip past this. I will say actually, why the hell is this game here? When this game came out, I actually was paying attention to it on Steam because it got fucking shit reviews from everybody. And like, I honestly don't understand why it's here. I know it's like NBA and it's like 2K's big thing, but why is this even here? I feel insulted by this game being here. Like, look at this. Oh, whoops. I really don't get that. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I don't know why that's here. As for the others, I don't care at all about realistic racing games or sports games, so I'm just gonna skip this. You know what, let's give it to FIFA. I hate fucking soccer, but it's probably gonna be that. Best multiplayer. So we have Fortnite, Call of Duty, World War II, Splatoon 2, Mario 8 Deluxe, Destiny 2, and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Wow. I haven't played any of these games either. Like, it's cool that there's a lot of variety here, but it makes my job of choosing who's gonna win really difficult. But let's be fair, it's probably going to be PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Like, the fact that that even got in the Game of the Year category is just astonishing. But I think it has a chance of winning this one, just because, although it's not like amazing on like a technical level and shit, it's still a really good multiplayer game and has an absolute like cult following now, so it's probably going to be that. Most anticipated game presented by McCafe. Are you serious? Are you really serious with this? Wow. Also, these are kind of strange choices to me, I think. The Last of Us Part 2. I forgot that even existed. Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm looking forward to that, actually. Monster Hunter World, Marvel Spider-Man, God of War. The only one of these I care about is this one right here. And there's a chance that, you know, Rockstar might fuck it up as well because they've been messing around with GTA Online too much. Yeah. Let's give it to probably The Last of Us, because I could see people voting for that. I know the first game is really popular. I have very little interest in it myself, but yeah. I know that a lot of people really did like it. Best Independent Game. Pyre, Night in the Woods, Cuphead, What Remains of Edith Finch, and Hellblade. Man, this is a good list right here. Like, all these games are fantastic. It's probably going to be Cuphead, but I could also see Senua winning this. Pyre, I'm playing it at the moment. And Night of the Woods is also really good. What Remains of Edith Finch is also really good. Like, yeah, this category is probably the strongest category in the entire list, as crazy as it sounds, because all of these are really good, but yeah. I'm pretty sure Cuphead's going to win this one. Best Student Game. I don't know any of these. Meaning, Level Squared, Impulsion, Falling Sky, Hollowed, and From Light. Let's give it to Level Squared, because that looks kind of cool. Trending Gamer. I don't know any of these. We have Speed and Spoon, Mike Greasikis, Guy Beam, Clint Lexa, and Andre Rain. Wait, Half Coordinated? I know him! He's awesome! He gets the award. Best esports game. Rocket League, League of Legends, Dota 2, Counter-Strike, Overwatch. We're kind of in the reject category down here now. Like, oh, I suppose we should give some other awards out. Probably Overwatch or Rocket League's gonna win. I think League of Legends and Dota 2 have just been around for too long that they've kind of been blurred out of people's memories. Counter-Strike, maybe. Let's give it to Rocket League. Although, like I said, Overwatch might win it too. Best esports player presented by Omen by HP. Omen by HP. Oh god. I don't know him. I don't know him. I don't know him. I don't know him. I know Faker. Let's give it to Faker. Like, Faker definitely is the god of League of Legends. Like, he's been around for so long and he's participated in pretty much all the major tournaments. So, like, it's possible these other guys are really good players too, but since I'm unfamiliar with them, I'm just gonna go with Faker here. Alright, so next we have the best esports team. Team Liquid, SK Telecom, Lunatic High, FaZe Clan, and Cloud9. Actually, saying that, didn't SKT lose this year's League of Legends tournament? Yeah, that's kind of weird thinking about it. Like, you think the team that beat them, I think it was SSG. I don't need to look this up. League of Lugus. Because, yeah, I want to say that, I'll need to go to the esports page, actually. Because didn't SKT lose this year to somebody else? I think it was SSG. But I'm not entirely sure. Let's have a look. Yeah, Samsung Galaxy completely smashed them. In that case, it's kind of weird that Samsung Galaxy aren't here, because I assume SK Telecom is here because of League. See, I think that the Samsung Galaxy are be instead of Faker as well, but nah, well. I guess SK Telecom are the more popular team, so there you go. I guess Team Liquid, why not? Funny story, actually, when I used to follow League, Team Liquid was like the team I liked the most. Because I thought they were really, really good, but they never won anything, they would always come fourth. And then I kind of just gave up after that, so. Good times. Debut indie game presented by Chic Hydro. Chic Hydro. So this is actually another really good category too. I would say all of these games, except maybe Mr. Shifty, are all fucking great. Golf Story I really want to play. I've heard fantastic things about that. Cuphead is Cuphead. Hollow Knight, amazing little indie game. I love playing that. Slime Rancher I haven't played, but the reviews seem amazing too. You know, I think that has a good chance of winning this as well. So yeah, like all of these I think are pretty strong. Mr. Shifty is the one that I would say is a bit weaker than the others. Let's have a look. Yeah, still very positive reviews. Seems to be liked a lot by fans, but the other four are just like way, way better. But once again, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Cuphead. I think Cuphead's like the default pick for like a lot of these choices here. It's kind of like last year how Inside pretty much won all the indie stuff. I'm pretty sure Cuphead's going to win all the indie stuff this time around. Although saying that, Golf Story is pretty good too. So is Hollow Knight. And even Slime Ranch looks good too. Like all these are really, really good. Alright, best Chinese game. Momentum Valley 2, JX3 HD, Gumballs, Icy, King of Glory. I only know one of these games, and it's Icy. I played through that game, and it was really, really fun. It's like a mix between the Stanley Parable and like an action platformer adventure with anime. But that being said, I find it very strange it's here, just because the game actually came out last year. Like, yeah, I don't really get why it's in the 2017 award. Unless it came out in China in 2017, and that's why it's considered. Which I guess makes sense, but still seems very odd to me to have that. And yeah, it's actually the end of the awards, so that came out really, really quickly. I guess once I stopped like going into detail about games, kind of blasted through them, it didn't take too long at all, but... Yeah, either way, I think this year has a pretty good lineup. Some strange omissions, I would say, is no Yakuza 0, like, at all. I didn't see why it's on here, like, come on guys, what's going on with that? Nier, I feel like could be in a couple of these categories as well, that's not in. Neo, I think could be a bit more around. What else is there? No Danganronpa 3, which is sad, because that's a really, really good game. Like, I suppose if there was like a best visual novel category, it could be in there, but there isn't. So maybe like best OST because the music's really good too. But yeah, I know. I feel like it should be somewhere here, but I'm not really sure where it could be. Anyway, I think this video's gone on for long enough. So thank you guys for watching today. Hope you all enjoyed. If you want to give me your picks for the game of the year down below, then feel free. I would love to read them. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next one.